thinking I'm alive, about my desires. They're taking me away, somewhere I want to be without you. I'm learning how to breathe. It seems to be so slow. My life is getting colder. I'm learning how to live in this world that is asleep. I wanna feel that I'm the reason for sad emotions every season. I want to feel your love in the darkness falling down. Don't be afraid to be so true. Just know that the reason is you. That I can find a way to give much joy to other people, to feel the love they're giving me. I know that it's not right to run away and hide, to act like I'm a single person, like I don't need anyone. I'm learning how to live in this world that is asleep. I wanna feel that I'm the reason for sad emotions every season. I want to feel your love in the dark.
Welcome, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be. Today's date is Saturday, May 18th, 2024. We are coming to you live from Powell River, British Columbia, Canada. Welcome to my channel and support group, the Cognitive Nomad. I'm your host and facilitator, Larry Gerow. This is my beautiful and loving wife, Ananda.
The co-host.
The co-host, yes. Actually, you know what? While you just said that, we're going to do this. Just because you said that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring up here.
There we
go. There. Just to make her happy. Happy wife, happy life, guys. Okay, let's go back to where I was. Yeah, there's where it is. Okay. This is a place where I share my journey with ADHD, BPD, chronic pain, and my love for travel. We want to foster a supportive and community and break mental health stigmas along the way. I want you to read that, please.
For those that are new here, Larry started this channel in hopes of spreading awareness about mental health and its struggles. A place for you all to come and support each other in a loving and caring way. Join our online peer support group for mutual assistance and travel inspiration and any other supports that are needed along the way. Subscribe and follow now for empathy, adventure, and advocacy. Please check out our other channel called Plump Travelers, which focuses on accessible travel, providing insights into disability-friendly destinations and cruising tips. At Plump Travelers YouTube channel.
And then there's a link down there at the bottom for BetterHelp. It's not a sponsored link. We get no payment or anything from this. It's just a link to some, actually here, BetterHelp is a mental health platform that provides direct online counseling and therapy services via web or phone text communication. Many top YouTubers out there are being sponsored by this. So I thought I'd just throw that in there. Maybe they'll sponsor me once I get bigger in this channel, I guess. So I put that out there, but it's a great resource. We've checked it out. A little pricey for us, but you know, it might help you and might work out for you. So yeah, all links will be in the description below, but I'll leave that running there. It's called BetterHelp, and that's the link. You can check that out. I wanted this to be a community-driven channel where we all can support each other in a loving, caring, and compassionate way. Both Ananda and I are not having a good day today. And so what better way to come on here and hang out and try to fix things while we're trying to help others. And that's the way we both feel, you know. If you're having a bad day, hey, let's try to help others. It works for us. And today's topic is about the art of emotional regulation. Yeah, emotions.
Ironically.
What's that?
Ironically,
yes. Yeah. I actually, as you can see up top there, it says emotional regulation. I created a slideshow, guys, my first slideshow I ever made. So I hope this works out for you. Again, this is a new channel. Like I got 21 subscribers right now, so I'm not really putting too much out there yet. You know what I mean? But I thought I would start today's thing here with a small. Well, it's not too small, but it's a what do you call it? A PowerPoint about emotional regulation. Both Anand and I, we are taking DVT classes right now. It's a year long, which is 2 hours a week. And so we're learning about a lot of things about how to deal with our lives and stuff and stress and all that. And so part of it is emotional regulation. So we've both been working on that right now. And I think it's a very important tool to learn in our lives. It'll help you to, deal with a lot of things in life.
a lot of people struggle with it.
A lot of people struggle with emotional regulation, so if I get mad at somebody, I go from 0 to 100 in like seconds, because I've never been taught how to, to deal with my emotions and how to keep them under control and be healthy, right? We're entitled to be angry at people for doing something wrong to us, but we're not allowed to overreact and yell and scream and smash things and shoot people or kill people. Unfortunately, I'm sure our feelings are validated, but I just want to bring up this part here first before I go any farther. I always have to do this. I have to put up this disclaimer. Cognitive Nomad, the information on this channel is provided as an information resource only, and it is not to be used or relied on for any diagnostic or treatment purposes. It is also important to never self-diagnose yourself or try to diagnose anyone without proper training. Please consult your healthcare provider before making any healthcare decisions or for guidance about a specific medical condition. Cognitive Nomad expressly disclaims responsibility and shall have no liability for any damages, loss, injury, or liability whatsoever suffered as a result of your reliance on the information contained on this channel. By joining this group or joining any of its discussions, you agree to these terms and conditions, which may from time to time be changed or supplemented by Cognitive Nomad. If you do not agree to the foregoing terms and conditions, you should not enter into any of its discussions. I know it sounds harsh and everything, guys, but it's very important that we let everybody know that Cognitive Nomad, this channel, is not I'm not here to teach you how to fix your problems. This isn't what this is all about. This is knowledge that's very important that we are both learning. Me and Ananda are learning, and it's important to get it out there. Now, again, we do recommend that you go seek a doctor or psychiatrist or a therapist or something to really get help with this. This is just to give you an idea of what Ananda and I are going through, because we're having a lot of struggles as well. And this helps out tremendously. So, this leads me to the next thing. At the top of the chat, I put a poll there, mindfulness meditation. You guys, I can see you already commented, Cindy. It's okay. Here's Cindy, my sister. Regarding the poll, I think 5 minutes is too long. You know what? That's okay.
I was thinking 5 might be a little long.
So in the chat, what do you think would be a great timing? Because let me explain a little bit about mindfulness meditation. Meditation is a very important skill to learn. Ananda and I, we both practice transcendental meditation, which is a form of meditation. It's a what do you call that? You explain transcendental. Because Ananda's been doing it all of her life, basically. Comparing the differences from the other meditations.
They're just different types of meditation. Yeah. Google it. Google transcendental meditation.
So for me,
it's different stages of taking yourself to different stages of consciousness.
Yeah. And so, what's this? Okay, I'll get down to Taylor's question in a second.
Yeah.
Taylor says a minute. It's especially hard starting out.
Yeah, we can start out at a low amount.
So actually, Taylor, you make a really good point there. So
5 minutes is a long time for people that aren't used to meditating.
Taylor, Ananda taught me an amazing skill, and that is I was afraid to do certain things because of my ADHD. I was afraid to do this mindfulness or this meditation. I always wanted to do Tai Chi. You know, you see the Chinese people in the square and they're doing their thing. And I never really totally understood it until I took the step of learning transcendental meditation. All meditations are the same. You've done meditation before, Taylor. They're all basically the same with just slightly differences. And so it's the approach of how you're doing things and stuff like that. Now, one might be deeper than the other or whatever, but the bottom line and the most important thing in this is to get us settled down so we're not overthinking, we're not yelling. You know, our emotions are out of control. We're so angry, we can't control that emotion up there. And so what happens is with meditation, it helps us to learn how to slow down our thoughts, to be able to think clearly and understand what's going on in our world. You'll see from the PowerPoint I got ready here to start that it's a very important part of controlling your emotions. And so you won't see it until you experience it. You have to grasp whatever it is. So this meditation here, I'll give you an example of what this meditation, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'll let you hear it. It's now, of course, you guys said 5 minutes is too long, so I'll get another one. That's okay. But this is just a 5-minute one. So give me a sec.
Find a relaxed, comfortable position, seated on a chair or on the floor, on a cushion.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your back upright, but not too tight. Hands resting wherever they're comfortable. Tongue on the roof of your mouth or wherever it's comfortable.
Okay, that's really all I needed to say right there, right? And so what happens is it makes you relaxed, you know? And so to go back to your comment, Taylor, when you were saying about the ADHD part, Ananda taught me this important skill, and that is don't be afraid, because yes, we do. We're overthinkers with ADHD. It's just constantly thoughts. And what she taught me was it's okay. And it is. It really is okay that you lose thought. Mm-hmm. And it'll even, there's a mindfulness part to the PowerPoint that I'm going to share. It's very important that we stop being afraid of those kinds of help that it's providing, because we won't know until we experience it. Taylor, for you, I would challenge you to try it, like even a 1-minute one. There actually, where I got this meditation audio here, there's a link in the description below to many. There's a few of them in there. There's 5-minute ones. There's other 10-minute ones. There's 1-minute ones. But the important thing is it gets you to relax. That's
what focuses your mind on bringing it back to the now, here and now, and just what's going on in your body, rather than the past, focusing on the past and the future and everything else. It's grounding yourself, really.
What I really want you to also point out, because this is what you taught me, is that it's okay. It's okay, because yes, your brain's going to wander off into another world. It is. It's going to keep doing that. But eventually, Taylor, after you practice meditation and relaxing every day, because that's what it is too. You need to practice every day. You can't just, okay, today I'm feeling shitty and I'm going to go take a meditation class. No, it has to be a repetition, just like anything else. You're exercising, you got to do. See this guy here. He's trying to
meditating.
He like meditating with us too.
Yeah.
Can you see mommy, daddy on the screen?
He get meditating and then he gets this sound coming from him.
Yeah.
Say hi, Dad.
Anyway, I won't keep harping on you, Taylor. I don't want to make that into that. It's just try to do meditation at time.
I think, like Don's saying, we could start off with like a minute.
Yeah, Don was saying,
And work up to 5.
I think perhaps we start off like a minute and work up to 5 until we learn what we're doing. That's right. No, totally, Don. I understand, and I totally agree. So I will lurk. Lurk.
I need to lurk.
I will find a 1-minute meditation, which is still important to do that. Eventually, like so with transcendental meditation, our meditation is 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the afternoon. So that's 40 minutes a day of meditation that we do. So yes, it's a long time. Taylor, back to your question.
Larry never thought he'd be able to do it. But
I never thought I can do it, Taylor.
it's amazing how fast your brain gets trained.
It does, yeah.
And your thoughts go, and then the minute you become aware that they're not meditating anymore, you just bring it right back.
So to give you an example, without really saying too much about transcendental meditation, but it's kind of like this. So with transcendental meditation, we have a mantra, what it's called. It's a special sound that we say. It's not necessarily a real word. Well, it is actually.
What?
Or mantras.
No, it's not a real word.
Well,
it's a sound.
It's a sound, basically. I'll even use the example of Om.
Yeah. That's a mantra.
Okay, so what that does, Taylor, and what you're commenting to is it just, what it happens is okay, we're thinking, we're doing and then our brains goes, oh, well, what I gotta make the baby, I gotta feed the baby. You know,
you gotta make babies?
Well, I'm just giving some thoughts. So what happens is, okay, you recognize, oh gosh, I'm not doing the and you go right back to it. And you keep doing that back and forth and catching yourself losing concentration, Taylor, it brings you right back in. Now, of course, I still lose train of thought too, Taylor, but eventually it does come to you. It really does have an effect on you. Once you see the effect, it's like, oh, because what you do is with all this meditation, you relate it to what's going on around you. So, hey, me and Ananda get in an argument. Well, now I can feel, okay, I'm feeling this and I'm feeling that way, and I'm angry and stuff like that. You can catch yourself much better instead of being in an angry mood all the time trying to catch yourself. All right. I don't want to stay too long on that.
Hello, everybody.
We just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. We're going to say hi to Danny, and we already said hi to Cindy. There's our friend Kenny.
Hi, Kenny.
Thank you, Kenny.
Hi,
appreciate it, buddy.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Taylor.
There we go. All right.
Hi, Sean.
Yeah, here we go. Charlie.
Yeah,
they all like Charlie. Distraction is close or the most important part of life. Babies and adults need to be distracted from things. I wonder what others think of the comment. Sean, you know what? Sean's my good friend in Alberta. He's a great friend of mine. And he has kind of similar issues, the same as me. He has ADHD, I believe. And you know what, Sean? I wanted to point that out as well. Distraction is an important part of all that kind of stuff too. As long as it's a healthy way of distraction, you know what I mean?
There's a difference between distraction and avoidance.
That's right. Yeah, that's very important to know. But so yeah, I agree with you, Sean. A mantra is usually any repeated word or phrase, but it can also refer more specifically to a word repeated in meditation. That's right.
Yeah. It's
one word or one sound that we say in our head. And so it's really cool, and you don't forget it for some reason.
And there's all different mantras for all different meditations.
Yeah. So, different mantras for different meditations.
I think we should frame this comment.
Well, it is. It's already saved.
I think Ananda is right as well. Of course she is.
She never hears it from Larry.
No, so I would like this. I would like to take a screenshot of this. Thank you, Sean.
So with our mantra, excuse me. So with other meditations like mindfulness meditation, there is no mantra.
That's more focusing
so
on your
what
body.
You heard earlier, there's a lady talking, and that's helping you to distract you from going into your thoughts. That's why they call it mindfulness meditation. There's helping you to distract you from whatever you're doing. So it's still meditation. It's still helping you to focus and calm your
focusing on your body,
your
and
circulation,
and all that. Yeah.
And that's what it is. So don't be fearful. We're not going to get you if I do meditation. I'm not getting you to do a mantra. You can. You can join the TM movement. Sean, I think that's why we hold on to trauma so long is because we are distracted from it. Yeah. The more we discuss and deal with it, that's right. Oh my gosh, Cindy, give me a sec. I need to respond to that. I know.
That's why we are here, to try and discuss it. Try and make it easier for everybody.
That's right, because we're all struggling.
We all have trauma.
We're all having traumas, right? You know what I mean? And I hope that's what we get at for you guys here, is to recognize your traumas and stuff and deal with them instead of hiding them away and being distracted from them, running to alcohol, running to drugs, running to gambling, running to sex, running to food. We're always trying to hide from our traumas instead of dealing with them. It's easier to not deal with our traumas than it is, you know what I mean? And so, yeah. Give me a sec. All right.
Hi, Michael Ann.
Hi, Michael Ann. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Agreed on those points, avoiding Canada now. Sean. Frequencies and vibrational. Yeah. See, Sean, do you know like transcendental meditation, Sean? Is that what you know? Sean's very smart. Very, very, very smart. Sean used to teach English over in Japan. The mantras bring us to another plane. Yeah, maybe not just WestJet.
That is for sure. Wow, that's awesome.
A year and 3 months. That's awesome, Taylor. Congrats, Taylor.
That deserves a huge round of applause.
You know what, Taylor? I would give you mine, but I don't have the countdown anymore. Actually, the count up. Because I actually had a counter.
You know what date it was.
It was November 18th, 2009 at 5:30 p.m. I was at 555 Homer Street in Vancouver, British Columbia. I had a pack of number 7s red. There was just under a full pack of 20s. I gave it to a friend, and the rest is history. Now, I did, because I quit smoking drugs, marijuana, like, you know, I wasn't no hardcore drug addict or anything. I did do marijuana, and I did go out that December, which it was very stressful at the time. I was in the homeless shelter doing programs and stuff, and I went to a friend's house, and I smoked a joint, and something happened where it freaked me out, and I swore I will never touch drugs ever again, man. Like, it was a paranoid thing. What it was, I was sleeping on the sofa, and I thought somebody threw a snowball at the patio window. But in here in British Columbia, sometimes it does get really cold. And what happened was, the real story is that the heat was too high inside the apartment, and it was too cold outside, and it cracked her window. But when I looked at the window, it looked like somebody had thrown a snowball, and I ran in, hey, we're in, you know. And so we go out and check. There was no snow on the ground. There was no snowwhere anywhere.
Whoa, that's now you know.
So that's the last time I smoked a joint, and that was December of 2009. That's God's honest truth. But November 18th was my nicotine-free day.
You should be very proud, Taylor.
That's right.
That is like not an easy feat.
Taylor, I quit 3 days before Megan was born, which is Taylor's older sister, our firstborn. I quit 3 days before her birthday, and then Taylor's mom and I split up, and I went drinking with a friend, and I restarted smoking cigarettes again, and I started smoking 2 packs of cigarettes instead of 1. Oh, wait, we got to throw that in there, Taylor, saying that, but should I use a patch for fun, armpit, tongue?
Yeah, they're great fun.
Time traveling.
Yes, that's the good.
Just to let everybody know, Sean is my good friend, and he can look a little crazy sometimes. But you know what? I love my friend. Actually, guys, I was wrong. Actually, Sean's not in Calgary. He's down in Colombia. I forgot my friend's in Colombia without me.
He's avoiding Canada.
Yeah, that's why he said he was avoiding Canada. Sorry, Sean. Anyway, guys, I want to bring up the excuse me, sorry. I want to bring up the PowerPoint here. Bear with me here. I created this last night, guys, so it was very hard making this. Ananda wouldn't. She kept saying, "Come on, it's time to go to bed. We got to get up early and stuff like that." stuff. So, sorry, my throat's really dry right now.
Want me to read it?
I might get you to read some for it. So yeah, go ahead.
Mastering your emotions, the art of emotional regulation. Introduction. Welcome to today's discussion on emotional regulation, an essential skill for maintaining mental well-being and navigating life's challenges. Let's delve into the art of understanding and managing our emotions effectively. Understanding emotions and their impact on our lives is crucial for emotional regulation. This presentation will explore strategies for managing emotions effectively and achieving emotional balance.
So I just want to add, so if you guys have any questions or comments, just put them in the comment section there so we know. Yeah.
Recognizing emotions. Identifying and acknowledging our emotions is the first step towards emotional regulation. By being aware of our feelings, we can begin to understand and manage them effectively. Regulation can be likened to a thermostat, helping us maintain balance amidst the emotional highs and lows of our feeling. Let's break down this intricate process into key bullet points.
Yeah. So I'll take over. Okay. So you don't have to keep talking. So recognizing emotions, self-reflection, taking time to introspect and identify what you were feeling. I don't know if you guys know what that is. So what that is just seeing, feeling what you're doing. Do I feel angry? Do I feel sad? Do I feel, depressed? Do I feel all these emotions? You know what they are. They're anger, sad, there's happy, funny, all those emotions. So self-reflection is feeling and recognizing what those feelings are. And then also naming emotions, giving a label to our emotion helps acknowledge and understand them better. Love is an emotion. What is love? All those things. And maybe you can help with.
Love's a feeling.
Sorry, I meant the other way. Journaling, writing down our emotions and experiences can help us recognize patterns and triggers. Ananda loves to journal. I can't write. Well, I can write. I know how to read and write. It's too much stress for me to write down things because I was never great at writing. I can write, but my writing is really bad.
I find it helps though, even if you're just going to rip it up or burn it after, it's just to get out that intense emotion on something.
I think the key importance there is that we're not hiding from it anymore.
Exactly.
Mindfulness, which is what we're going to talk about, and what we were just talking about is the meditation. Practicing mindfulness techniques helps us to stay present and tune into our emotions as they arise. And then there's seeking support. Talking to friends, family, or a therapist can aid in recognizing, validating our emotions. Now, this doesn't mean that a family, if like say you're going to a family or a friend member, it doesn't mean what they're saying is the exact thing is what's needed. It's the support. Talking to your family, tell them, look, hey, Ananda, I'm really having a bad day. Can you please understand, if I yell at you, all those kinds of things, right? This doesn't mean that our family member are there to help us. Like I said in the disclaimer there, we are not doctors. We are support, and that support is understanding and having empathy for others and what they're going through. So seeking support, yes, you can seek out a friend or a family member, but the best way to do it is seeking a professional, doctor, psychiatrist, therapist, those kind of things. Those are the ones that know exactly how to deal with it. And I'm not putting everything on these doctors and psychiatrists either, because there are quacks out there that all they want to do is just pass on some medication to you so they don't have to deal with you. But that doesn't mean they're all crazy out there. There's somebody out there for everybody to get help. My therapist right now, she's not even a psychiatrist. She has a doctorate in philosophy. I love this lady so much. She's helping me so much and helping build up my self-esteem. It's amazing. Now, I've gone through other therapists before. And so, yeah, it's important that we seek out that, that help. Excuse me. Another step, is awareness. The first step in emotional regulation is being aware of our emotions. It involves recognizing what we are feeling in the present moment without judgment. By acknowledging our emotions, we lay the groundwork for understanding, managing them effectively. I'm going to get you to talk. My mouth's really dry for some reason.
Body awareness, turning into physical sensations that accompany different emotions, such as butterflies in the stomach when anxious, or a warm feeling in the chest when happy. Thought patterns, observing our thought patterns and how they influence our emotions, such as noticing when negative self-talk contributes to feelings of sadness or inadequacy. Triggers, recognizing situations, people, or events that evoke certain emotional responses, allowing us to anticipate and manage our reactions better. Stress levels, monitoring our stress levels and understanding how they impact our emotions, recognizing when we need to take steps to reduce stress for better emotional well-being. Emotional patterns, identifying reoccurring emotional patterns or cycles in our life, such as always feeling anxious before big events or regularly experiencing a mood lift after exercise, helping us anticipate and manage our emotions more effectively. So yeah, just being aware of what you're feeling, then you're going to be able to manage it more effectively. Oh, I'm starting to get angry, so I need to do something to stop what could happen if I keep progressing to get angry. Or, you know, if you can recognize it, then you can control it better.
So what happens is once we start to learn how to be mindful of what's going on, then the awareness comes along, and then you can recognize it. So say me and Ananda get into an argument, before we get into that no you and back and forth, we can sometimes, but it doesn't always work right away.
No.
It's going to take practice. So some people said, well, no, the doctor taught me this and we're still fighting. No, you need to keep practicing. You need to keep putting these skills into practice. Pumping iron makes your muscles strong. It's the exact same thing with emotional regulation. You need to keep building up that strength to be able to deal with that properly. And that's why I was saying mindfulness and meditation and all that are important skills that we need to learn.
Well, and if you've been reacting one way your whole life, I mean, 30, 40, 50 years of responding one way, you're not going to change it overnight.
No.
There's no way.
No. All right. I'll let you say that one.
Embracing our emotions without resistance is crucial for effective emotional regulation. Instead of pushing away uncomfortable feelings, we strive to accept them as natural and valid parts of our human experience. Acceptance paves the way for processing and moving through our emotions in a healthy manner.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out there as well, like, again, we're not doctors, we're not teachers of stuff. I get this information off the internet. I wanted to just bring awareness to these things. This is all I'm doing with this PowerPoint. I want you to see what this world's all about. We want to encourage you guys to go out there and get help. You know what I mean? Instead of just hiding away and pretending like we don't have issues, like life's perfect. They're there. You guys know they're there. Reach out and help and ask for help. Actually, at one sec, before you go there, I wanted to bring up this. Today's quote. I think that's really important. It's for both men and women, but I think I'm really trying to reach out to the men in that part, because a lot of men, they're so macho and too proud to admit to anything. There's nothing wrong with reaching out and asking for help, guys. If you're a better person to do that, that helps you to be a overall rounded person when you accept what's going on, accept those feelings and emotions, deal with those traumas that we've dealt with. I'll let you say that, love.
Acceptance, acknowledging that all emotions, even the uncomfortable ones, are a natural part of the human experience. Validation, validating our own emotions by recognizing that they are valid and understandable responses to our internal or external experiences. Self-compassion, treating ourselves with kindness and understanding when we experience difficult emotions, offering ourselves the same support we would offer to a friend in need. Emotional expression, allowing ourselves to express our emotions in healthy ways, whether through talking, writing, art, or other forms of creative expression. Growth opportunity, viewing challenging emotions or opportunities for personal growth and learning, recognizing that they can provide valuable insights into ourselves and our needs.
I just wanted to ask, guys, please feel free to, ask any questions about this. We can't support each other if you're just going to watch. I know there's people that's not comfortable saying certain things. That's okay. But if you have any questions, and even you guys in the future, after the live is over, if you have any questions, please put them into the comments section and I will answer every single one of them. I'm not no huge channel that doesn't have time to respond to every comment in this section. I do. I respond to every single little comment. I'm always checking the comments to see if they're there. I might not get to them right away, but I will get to your comment. So I encourage you to put your questions or comments. If you disagree with them, share anything.
Experiences that you have with emotional regulation. People that suffer from ADD, borderline, a lot of different mental health disorders. One of the main symptoms of it is emotional regulation. And especially with ADD, they say that the emotional regulation part is actually more of a problem than even the not being able to focus, because it puts people with ADD in all sorts of predicaments throughout their life that they don't respond to emotional things the way everybody expects them to, and then they get themselves in trouble.
And then you jump into depression because you can't fix your problems and all that.
Accepted. It's a huge problem for kids, little kids with ADD. Yeah, it's a big problem.
Self-compassion is a big thing here as well. Self-compassion is if you don't have a strong foundation. When I was in my programs at the Salvation Army, it was an 8-month in-house program called PDP, Personal Development Plan, or the other name for this program was called Breaking the Cycle to Homelessness. And it's a bunch of different little programs that they teach you, like boundaries, life skills, living skills, all those things that some people out there are missing in their lives. And so a lot of things all center around a solid foundation of our lives. If we were brought up in a really tough world, like I've heard so many lives out there, people talking about their past and stuff, like my life was peaches and cream compared to theirs. Dad used to call him a low life piece of garbage, or the daughter. I'm not even going to go there. You already know what I'm talking about, guys. And so it kills your self-esteem, right? And so we need to learn how to be self-compassionate for ourselves, right? We didn't cause these traumas. We didn't make these problems. They are outside causes. So now we need to learn how to deal with those traumas instead of hiding them within ourselves. That's hurting us. It's hurting us. We're hiding from it. We're not fixing them. We're just hiding. We're putting a little Band-Aid on it, saying, hey, this drink of beer will friggin' help me or whatever. So I just wanted to point out within that is self-compassion is one of the most important things in all of this. Self-compassion, understand and learn how to build yourself up. That's that solid foundation of courage. If you ever seen a house of cards, the one at the top and blah, blah, blah. If that foundation at the bottom isn't strong, your house is guaranteed to fall. It's going to fall. Your life is going to fall. Like your marriage will break down. Your finances will break down. You'll end up doing this or whatever the case may be. There's all kinds of stories. So if you don't have that solid foundation, which is one of them is self-compassion, it's going to keep failing, guys. And that's what I wanted to point out within that.
Yeah, I like how it says offering ourselves the same support we would offer a friend in need, because the way we treat ourselves sometimes, we would never say to a friend or somebody we didn't even know. We're so harsh on ourselves. I know I am. That's for sure.
That's what Ananda has struggles with herself. She has some traumas from her past, and it's hard for her to deal with them because she's so hard on herself. And that's what it was. The attack, the trauma was attacking her self-esteem. And most of mine was my self-esteem being attacked as well. But I learned a lot doing this programs, life skills, living skills, boundaries, which is going to be coming up here. Like I learned all those, which helps to build up your self-esteem, right? And that helps with your foundation of your life. And then you're able to deal with all these other things that we're showing you here.
No, Sean, you're not spamming. Sean says my ADHD may exhibit in near spamming here.
It's okay,
no,
Sean.
We like your comment.
We like your comments. So understanding triggers, recognizing the triggers that evoke strong emotional responses is essential for emotional regulation. Identifying these triggers empowers us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively.
No.
Uh-oh. One sec, guys.
He has a bird.
I don't know if you can see the shadow. There's a bird inside. I'm not stopping the thing for a bird. It's okay.
No.
Charlie was bringing us a gift, guys.
No.
Love, he's all right.
No.
He's alive. He's alive.
Okay, you keep going.
Just close the door.
Yeah. You go out. This is not good.
Oops, guys. Okay. Most important, we understand the triggers here.
Oh, no.
Love, it's okay for now. It's okay. We'll deal with it after the show. We got 15 minutes. It's all right, love. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. Self-reflection, devoting time to introspection and identifying situations or events that consistently provoke strong emotional reactions. It's okay. He's just doing his thing. Journaling. Oh, why is this coming up? That came up for a second time. Anyway, physical sensations. Now you lost me here.
There's literally a bird flying around our head.
I'm recognizing my symptoms right now.
God.
You're throwing me off. Paying attention to physical cues such as increased heart rate, muscle tension, or changes is breathing that signal an emotional trigger. Feedback, seeking input from trusted individuals such as friends, family members, or therapists to gain insights into yes, I already said that for some reason. Boundary setting. That's what we were supposed to be on. Establishing boundaries in our relationships and daily interactions plays a significant role in emotional regulation. Learning to say no when necessary, communicating our needs effectively, and creating space for self-care enables us to protect our emotional well-being and cultivate healthier connections with others. This is a very important, well, they're all important. Another very, very important foundational part of life. Give me one sec. Before I went into my programs, and I just to remind people, I did this program, the PDP program, back in 2009. I was 39 years old. Up until then, I had no clue what boundaries were. I never knew there was such thing as boundaries. And I don't know if you know this, but the way they help you to understand boundaries is they give you a piece of string. And they tell you to create a circle around your body, put it at your feet, and create a circle to where you feel comfortable if somebody to walk within inside that circle. And everybody that did it were amazed, because when you put the circle on what you felt like, what was comfortable and stuff, but it was amazed how once they started doing it and people walking up to them, that it was different. So a lot of people out there have no clue what boundaries are. Personal space. You're standing at a lineup at the hospital. There's a good example. We're standing at the hospital, and there's a sign right there in front of you that says, "Please respect people's privacy." You don't want to walk up to the person at the window and say, "Look, yeah, I'm having a problem with my bum here. It's really sore," and all that kind of stuff. You don't want people hearing this kind of garbage. And so I want to turn that names. The names are annoying me right now. Let me turn those names off first. My ADHD. There we go. So yeah, you don't want people hearing your conversations. So, but there's a lot of people, they'll stand right behind you because they need to get in to see the doctor, and they're not thinking about boundaries. I'm not yelling at these people or anything. We shouldn't yell at these people. They're not really paying attention. So a lot of people out there don't know how to deal with boundaries. And it's really important. And it's also important to help people and learn how to say no. A lot of people are afraid, like Ananda, to say no to certain situations. She's a people pleaser. And a lot of the times we need to sit there and say, you know what, I'm sorry, guys, I can't do it, and stick with no, right? But we can't. We're fearful of that what do you call it? That conflict of whatever us saying no, we're afraid of that, to say it to somebody. So we'll just, you know what, here, ruin my boundary. You can run all over me and take advantage of me, because we're afraid to say no to them. That's a boundary. And so, again, I'm not no doctor or anything that really teach you about boundaries and all that kind of stuff. I can just give you a little bit of insight and awareness of what these things are. It's okay.
What if I open the window so he
No,
can fly out there?
It's okay. Let us finish this.
You have to be bashing
Here,
yourself
do that.
around. Boundary setting. Clear communication. Expressing our emotional needs and boundaries openly and honestly with others. Assertiveness. Asserting ourselves respectfully when our boundaries are being crossed or violated without resorting to aggression or passive aggressiveness. Saying no. Feeling empowered to decline requests or invitations that don't align with our emotional well-being or values. Limiting. Exposure. Limiting our exposures to people, environments, or situations that consistently disregard or disrespect our emotional boundaries. Self-care. Prioritizing self-care activities that help us maintain and reinforce our emotional boundaries, such as practicing mindfulness, setting aside alone time, or seeking support from loved ones.
Can you elaborate a little more on that so I can get this comments?
Well, now I'm reading the comments. So
No, read there. That's an
I'm
industry.
already distracted.
So again, we cannot self-diagnose or diagnose others, but I personally believe Ananda has ADHD. What do you guys think? Should Ananda get tested to see if she has ADHD, guys?
Well, there's a bird literally flying around our head. The cat's howling at the door.
Are you sure it's not a squirrel?
Mm-hmm.
No means no. No means no. No means no means no means no means no. It's a children's thing. No matter how much people try to guilt you into saying yes. That's right, Dawn.
And I'm the worst person at setting boundaries in the world. I feel guilty for saying no. I always put other people's feelings in front of my own, even if it's like somebody I don't know, a teller at the store, anything. I'll just take it because I don't want them to feel bad, or I don't want to cause any disruption or any kind of conflict ever. So I'll always just take it. But it doesn't, it just builds up inside you when you keep doing that over and over and over again.
What do you think caused it?
Being a people pleaser?
Yeah.
Low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem, is that just it, do you think?
And fear of conflict.
Fear of conflict, which we all have. We're all terrified of conflict. Nobody wants to deal with that. One of the situations at the homeless shelter that I worked at, it was also a halfway house. In Canada, they have these places called halfway houses. I don't know what they are in America, but they have halfway houses where it's a secure place for convicts getting out of prison to go to if they still are on parole or whatever they're called. You guys have an equivalent. I just don't know the name of it off the top of my head. And so this is also, besides a shelter for men and women and children, it was also a halfway house for the hardest to handle convicts in Canada. And so this one time, I'm not afraid of anybody, a fear of conflict at all anymore. Before that, I was. But this is one of the things how I was able to use some skills that I was taught. And what it was is I was working and this one night, and this huge guy, he was I swear he was like 6'8", 6'7", around there. I'm 6'2". Big trench coat, burly guy, and one of the parts that you need to know is we knew what he was in jail for. We know, like, that was part of our job to understand and know what each person's who came into the building, what their crimes were and all that. I won't get into the specifics, but this guy was a very scary and dangerous person. And so what happened is because where I worked, there was a set of stairs that went up to the second floor where they had programming floor and where they went to classes and stuff. And this one night, this big guy brought up his food tray up to the second floor. And I'm saying, hey, look, buddy, you can't bring that up there. And he said, F you. And he kept going with his food. And so me being my position was basically called a front desk support worker, but it's a glorified security guard. I was responsible for the security and safety of the building. Plus I had a partner who did that. So I had to call this guy down to say, look, this is what's going on. What happened was there was a misunderstanding. I'm going to shorten the story here. It was a misunderstanding. He thought he was able to do that because he was running late for his program. He was on parole. He could have got sent back to prison. He really could have. He was very lucky that he didn't get sent back to prison for breaking his parole for just by saying no to me. But the point I'm making within that, I had to say something to this guy. I was fearful that he was going to freak out on me because he said, F you. So I was afraid. And then so after he went off, I called my partner down and we're talking, and we talked to the staff on the floor that he was at. And, everything was all clarified afterwards. And I was able to talk to this guy, and I had to stand there and be fearful of this guy, explaining to him this is what's going on. And he thanked me afterwards. He really did thank me. I appreciate it. Just respect to you. You were doing your job and stuff like that. So that's what boundaries are all about. We need to not be afraid of setting these boundaries out there. And that's one of those solid foundation things of life that we need to pay attention to. Man, I'm thirsty.
Healthy coping strategies. In the face of intense emotions, having a toolkit of healthy coping strategies is invaluable. Whether it's deep breathing exercises, mindfulness practices, physical activity, or seeking support from loved ones, finding what works best for us can help us regulate our emotions constructively.
So before we say any more, both Anand and I, as you can see, we're still big people. And Anand is losing lots of weight. That's why I'm going to say it that way. I had to say that right away, love. So for a very long time, I've been on disability since 2017. Part of my diagnosis is I don't say, for you guys out there, I don't say suffer. I'll never use the word suffering. If you want to, that's okay. But I refuse the word suffer. I don't suffer from anything. I deal with it. I have to deal with it. That's part of reality. The reality is I have traumas from my past. I deal with them in the way that we're dealing with it that I'm trying to explain right here. And I lost train of thought. I love it. My squirrel moment. And this is why I'm going to show you right here. That's why the bird. I looked over there and I saw her comment about the bird. So we're talking about a healthy lifestyle. So for a long time, we've been sedentary. The most I went up to was 360 pounds. When I quit smoking cigarettes in November of 2009, I weighed 190 pounds. That was the largest I ever was at that time. Mm-hmm. I went to eating food, but I also developed deep depression. And so I've been dealing with depression over time. And that's another thing that I will get into at another later date. Depression, it needs its own time to explain deep depression. But a lot of people think, well, you're laughing and you seem okay. That's not deep depression. Everybody gets depressed, has a depression day. Every human being on this planet has had a depressive day. Deep depression is not that. There's so many different things that plays with deep depression. And that's what I've been diagnosed with because of a lot of the traumas that I've had to deal with and stuff like that mentally. A lot of my stuff is mental, by the way. I do have physical, but mental. And so being healthy is very important in this. So when we had the fire, ironically, we had a fire a little over a year ago. And without going into detail stuff, we had to have some house repairs done and all that kind of stuff. And it's finally done. It took over 6 months for it to get done. And so while that was being done, Ananda and I ended up going out because we had to get out of the house. We didn't want to be around here while they're doing the renovations. And so we started going to this restaurant here at one of our local grocery stores. And give me one sec. I always answer my phone, guys. I always answer it. I never ignore it. Okay. It's Rachel. Ananda's good friend, Rachel. Where was I? Sorry. You know.
About us going out.
Oh, to the grocery store. So we go to the grocery store. Long story short, we've continued on that path of going out to that grocery store even after the repairs were done. And truthfully, that's a really good thing mentally. And that's why this is where the point I'm going with this story is healthy choices. So prior to that, I went on a cruise in 2022, and that was prior to the fire and everything. And so that's when I was really in depression and stuff like that, and BPD and all that. And I had a rough time going through and stuff. So prior to that cruise, I didn't do any more than 1,000 steps a day. Ananda and I both were very sedentary.
We were both suffering from depression.
We were both suffering from depression.
Mine from my medication.
Ananda was on a special medication, which we'll talk about.
I talked about it a couple weeks ago.
And so, see, I keep losing thought. See, guys, there's what I deal with. I have to deal with losing thoughts.
The bird doesn't help.
No, the bird is really what's throwing me off here. Right, there we go.
We just keep hearing wings flapping.
And that's what's throwing me off.
Yeah.
So yeah, we continue to go out to this restaurant, and we go out every day, and that's really, really been helpful. We haven't missed a day. We're out
just fine. If we get up and go out first thing in the morning, then it keeps us out. We go out, we do activities and stuff, and then at least we've been out. Then we can come home and know that we've gotten out, we've got activity done, and yeah, we never spend a day at home all day anymore, ever. We used to spend days and days just without leaving the house. Yeah.
So prior to this show going live, so here at our time, we start at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's now 11:58 a.m. So we went out at 9 o'clock to go have breakfast, and then we go out early. These are early days, and this is tough getting Ananda to get up early.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. She gets up. She's been getting up early on these certain days because we also do classes on Thursdays and Tuesdays, and we have to get up early for those days too. But she goes out. But our normal time, we go out around 10 a.m., go out till like lunchtime. We're out of the house. Now, it's not necessarily going out exercising like we should be. Ananda does have a Fitbit, and we were doing that.
Yeah, I've been getting at least 6,000 steps a day.
Now I remember what I was talking about because I was on a cruise, and when I went on that cruise, after doing average of 1,000 steps a day, I was at 13,000 steps during the cruise. That helped me mentally come out of this little rut that I was in. And so basically, I've been on the uphill from there, trying to do it. Now I haven't really worked on the weight part. We do have memberships to the gym, guys. We do. And a pool, but depression isn't as simple as one would like to think. Depression is tough. Deep depression is very tough to deal with. It takes years and years and years for people to really get out of depression. You can't just say, you know what? Oh, you're such a great person. Now go have a great day. It doesn't work that way. There are so many intricate mental things going on in our brains that we have to deal with, and how to deal with them, that it's not a simple answer. And a lot of people don't understand. And that's what I wanted to bring into this thing here as well, as awareness, is that, you know what? Don't judge a book by its cover. There's so many things going on. There's many of us out there suffering. I know I said I don't suffer. I don't suffer. I deal with it.
Yeah.
Here, I'll let you say that.
Practicing mindfulness. Cultivating mindfulness allows us to observe our emotions without judgment, leading to greater emotional awareness and improved self-regulation. Mindfulness practices promote a sense of calm and clarity.
I'll let you say that too. Sorry.
Practicing mindfulness, meditation, setting aside dedicated time each day to practice mindfulness meditation, focusing on the breath or bodily sensations to anchor attention to the present moment. Body scan, conducting a body scan meditation systematically, bringing awareness to different parts of the body to observe sensations without judgment. Mindful eating, paying close attention to the sensory experience of eating, such as the taste, texture, and smell of food without distractions like phones or television daily. Activities, bringing mindfulness to everyday activities such as walking, washing dishes, or brushing teeth by fully engaging in the sensations and actions involved. Breathe. Awareness, using the breath as an anchor for mindfulness, regularly pausing throughout the day to take a few deep breaths and center attention on the present moment.
Yeah. That's why I say mindfulness is also important. Again, I didn't know mindfulness was important until I started practicing meditation, man. Like I said, once you learn how to regulate your body and slow things down, then you start to remember all the skills that you're taught. You understand how to deal with it better. Again, I can teach you today about mindfulness, but it's putting it in practice is the most important thing there. You need to put it into practice. Practice makes perfect, as they say. I just wanted to comment on this one here, and we're almost done here. I fear staff in shelters who cannot reason. That's an important part that I want to since you know this, Sean. I met Sean in a homeless shelter myself, guys. I was going through programs, and Sean was in there, and now he's my friend, a true friend. And I care about this guy a lot, but it's because I learned empathy. I learned to understand other people out there. Sean has a lot of struggles in his life as well, and one of them is like he's showing here. I fear staff in shelters because he gets a hard time whenever he goes to a shelter, but it's because his personality is not the same as what they think. So it's tough for them to deal with, and they get frustrated with Sean, which then affects Sean. But Sean's not a mean person for doing that. He has his own ways of dealing with things in life, and it's just not in your cookie cutter way of dealing with things, right? And that's why, Sean, I hope you can learn from this as well. Getting into this emotional regulation thing. Look into that. Seek a doctor for this part, Sean. I know you have a fear of staff like that. But you know what? There's something out there for you, Sean. There's something. If you want me to look, I can help you to find something. But I do understand your fear of staff, Sean, in the shelters, because we both live both sides. I live both sides of it, and I understand what your struggle is, and I know what the other side is and why you were struggling. Yes, he's been barred from almost all shelters, looking for peace and respective boundaries. You're right, Sean. But Sean, you also got to take responsibility for yourself as well, right? You can't just blame it all on the shelters. Cortisol, depression, yeah. See, I want to talk to you after about cortisol, core depression, yeah. Mental can result in poor physical health, poor mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And there's Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate it, buddy. Hope you're doing okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So you already did that, right? Mm-hmm. Do we need to see any more? Mindfulness, yeah, it's got to do with meditation, basically. Mindful eating. Oh, that's a cool thing. I actually wanted to touch on that one. Mindful eating, paying close attention to the sensory experience of eating, such as taste, texture, and stuff. It's amazing when you quit smoking cigarettes. If you're a smoker, if you like food, it's going to be 100 times more tastier. I was a cook for 20 years. Food was really yummy after I quit smoking cigarettes. And I'll be honest with you guys, I've become addicted to food. I have no problem saying that. So I'm not happy of it. I'm not proud of it. And I'm down to 330 something right now. I'm getting in there. It's coming down. I have type 2 diabetes. I have sleep apnea. I have a large spleen, fatty liver, all those things that I'm working on slowly. And so food is a big thing for me. And so when it says this, paying attention to the sensory part of it, the experience, food is tasting good. But what I want to comment to in that sense is that's what's helping you to understand mindfulness and what that does for you in meditation. It helps you to see the emotions that you're going through and feel them, just like taste does. That taste, you can feel that strawberry flavor of the whipped cream that you put in your mouth and the tartness of the strawberry. You can feel it. You can see it in your brain if you're doing that. And that's what it means, the sensory experience of eating.
Well, it's just so much we go through our day and we're just checked out. We're just automatically eating, stuffing our face. We're not even noticing what we're eating. We're not noticing what we're just on autopilot. So that's what they're talking about, being mindful of it, is bringing yourself to the moment of everything you're doing.
Everything you're doing. These are all like core, what do you call them? Foundational things that we need in our life. I think this stuff should be taught in schools. You know what I mean? It would be less stress out there on people. I'm not saying it's going to be a perfect world, but it'd be less stress, right? And so here we are. I did all right. As we journey through the realm of emotional regulation, we empower ourselves to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively to life's ebbs and flows. By honing these skills, we nurture resilience, foster self-awareness, and nurture greater emotional intelligence within ourselves. Remember, emotional regulation is a lifelong practice that requires patience, self-compassion, and dedication. May we all embrace the art of regulating our emotions with gentleness and grace, paving the way for greater mental and emotional well-being in our lives. And I just want to say thank you. If you have any questions, you need somebody to talk out, reach out to me. That's my email down there. I will sit down there. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I will always respond. This, being an outreach worker, you couldn't say, you know what, Mr. Homeless person, I'm a little busy. I'm talking to my wife. You go deal with your own crap on the street, Now, of course, I have to set healthy boundaries as well. So, but if you truly need somebody to talk to, guys, I will be here to help you talk it through it. I might not be able to give you the answers, but I know how to find resources wherever you are in this world. If you're in Timbuktu, which is Africa, guys, if you've never heard of that, doesn't matter. I will find a resource for you to get help if you want that. So if that's the case, just reach out to me. I'm going to finish up the comments. Where is it? Okay. 4 minutes. I'm hanging in there day by day.
Yeah.
That's good, Kenny. You keep it up, buddy. You have a big, loving, supportive network in your life as well, Kenny, including me and Ananda. We're in your side, Kenny. So you keep up that strong stuff that you're doing down there. And maybe we'll see you on the cruise. I always try to talk even years later, not a hater. I could have started. He could have.
Yeah.
He could have, actually. Because I think I could discuss things and work things out in a reasonable manner. I get silenced and barred, which is an emotional reaction, though, Sean. Your thoughts and feelings are validated, but because we are dealing with another human being, we can't force them to listen to us. We can't say, you are wrong, you need to fix this. We can't do that. We can ask them to fix it, and if they don't, we have to deal with that our own healthy way. And that's all we're saying within this as well, Sean. Yes, you have every right to say what you're doing. I've seen how you're treated and all that. You can still take them to court if that's what you feel. We just can't be angry and force them to do what we think they should do. I could have, excuse me. Yes, I understand, Sean. No, Sean. Wrong show, Sean.
We can.
You have a great, wonderful day, Michael Ann.
Yes,
I hope it's awesome.
Thank you for coming out. Yes.
Dawn.
Many birds.
Dawn, I'm going to put this in a box. This bird in a box. I'm going to send it to you.
Bird.
I'm swinging day by day. Sean, what's the temperature down there?
Thank you,
Thank you, Kenny. There we go. He does. Yeah. I know you don't force Sean. That's not what it's meaning. I'm not saying you physically force him to say anything. It's the getting angry at them and doing certain things. But if they don't do what you want them to do, they don't have to, Sean. We can't. It's like the prime minister. If you're happy or unhappy with your prime minister, we can't force them to get out. We can tell everybody how we feel, but we can't. Unfortunately, that's the way a democratic society works, Sean. And that's how life works. We can't make people listen to us. Oh, except you. I listen to you, Sean. You too, May. Oh, look at this.
30 degrees. Holy crap.
30 degrees. Love you too, Kenny.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Let me drop this down.
We got a bird to catch.
Hold on. Sorry. Talk to them. Put you on the spot. I need a drink.
We got a bird to catch and a cat to
sorry.
Keep away.
The medication's working hard today. Hold on. I gotta do this. There we go. Oh, this camera drives me nuts sometimes. Sorry, guys. You can still see us. What's this? I really want to make sure I'm. That's right. No, frustration. Totally, Sean. I know you, Sean. I know you like the back of my hand. I've worked with you a lot. And they go, yes. Sometimes, not all, Sean. We can't say all. And actually, just one point I wanted to point out there with you, Sean, and because this is at the end, is for those that doesn't know much about homelessness, a lot of people you see out in the street, they choose to be on the street themselves. And not Sean, I'm not saying Sean is, but a lot of them out there choose that because there are so many strict rules within a shelter environment. There's high barrier shelters and low barrier shelters. And so sometimes these policies are broken and everything, just like in any other business out there. Nobody's perfect. They make wrong decisions and stuff like that. But I wanted people to know that there are some people out in the street that choose to be on there because they are not comfortable going inside of a shelter. They choose to be out there. But that doesn't mean they're mean people. They just don't know how to deal with certain things. Love you, Sean. And I'm very jealous. Maybe you can bring me down to Columbia to see you. So please let me know what you guys thought of this thing today. Comment section, drop a link. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe. Share it out to people because right now we only got 21 subscribers right now. I'd like to get it going more, but it's really hard sharing it out to people that I don't know if they have mental health problems, man. I don't want to send it out to, say, Tony and Jenny and not knowing if they have mental health problems, right? You know what I mean? It wouldn't look good, right? So, and Tony and Jenny is from Lolita Loca Cruise family. So, yeah, you guys know cruising. You know who I'm talking about. And so, anyway, thank you very much. And Anna's got to go pee.
I got to go pee. So I'm going to say bye right now.
Okay, you bye, love.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And I hope to see you guys here next week. I don't know the subject yet, but it'll be a good one. If any of you guys wants to come up and share your story, like, you know, Ananda and I and Kenny has done so far, please reach out. Just or if you got a story you would like to share, I'll share it on here and I'll read it for you. You don't have to put your real names in there. But I think, you know, because I want this to be a peer support group, I want everybody to help and reach out and support each other. You know, and I also encourage you guys to interact more in the comment section with others. This is our channel. It's not just a Cognitive Nomad's channel. It's your channel as well. And that's how we support each other. You know, if you have a better understanding of emotional regulations, please say so, right? You know, don't be afraid to say anything wrong. I'm not afraid of conflict, and we can discuss it. This is a peer support group, which means we all help each other, including me and Ananda, who are dealing with some issues as well. So thank you again, and we will see you next Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Pacific. Have a good one, guys.
but this might be a no.